doing an Audi A6, doing a clock spring, or German technical term would be a yeah, I forgot what they're going to call this. Some sort of an inertia switch, or a airbag deployer, or what do they want to call it, like a steering angle sensor. So multiple different names for that specific item to do this type of thing. German engineers like calling what American people call something completely different, even though it's the exact same thing. But anyways, okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of reverse order because I wasn't sure how well this was gonna go until I got it done. All right, first things first, you will need to have a couple of special tools before you start this process. One of them will be a 8mm Torx bit this long. Your standard Torx bits on your screwdrivers are not going to be long enough in order to get the cover that goes right here off. This piece right here. So you got these really small holes that will have 8mm Torx bits at the end. So effing stupid. You can buy the special tool for Audi, but they're like 50 bucks or so. Not really worth it. If you have a set, you can get a whole set. They'd be like this. These are 4-inch Torx bits with the piece at the end. It's pretty standard, which will fit a 1/4-inch socket. So they're going to be good for 2 items, one here and this specific right here. All my standard Torx bit screwdrivers were not long enough to go up in here without hitting this little curved indentation right here on the end of the screwdriver itself. So that's where I had to get this specific set in order to do this, which these are going to be extremely helpful for a bunch of other items. But we got this 8mm Torx bit, we have a T25, we have a 12mm triple square Torx socket. That's for the big bolt in the middle, the one that goes right here. A pick, flathead screwdriver, and that's about it as far as the tools that will be needed. Impact gun, preferable for taking off the big bolt in the middle, because you'll need a lot of torque in order to do so. A 10mm socket or 10mm wrench to disconnect the battery as well. So here we go. First process, make sure you have those tools before you start this, otherwise that lower cover is going to stop you dead in tracks. Turn the key in the on position, do not start. Go back to the trunk, pop open the trunk, disconnect your negative side battery. You need to have this in the unlock position so that you can have it rotated to move what you need to get to the 2 airbag screws right here. Take off your lower cover. It's going to be those 2 T8 screws, and you're also going to have 2 T25s back in the back underneath your pull handle here for this. They go right there. So if you're looking at them, that's what you're looking at right there. Lower cover will come off, upper cover will come out. Then we got our steering wheel assembly, which looks like yay. To take the airbags out, there are going to be 2 T25 bits right here. You will have a cover that goes over place right here, which if you use your pick, you can pop those out real easy. Undo these before you take the steering wheel, or you can then remove the airbag itself. Once the airbag is removed, it's a modular item. Here's your main connector. This is a pull tab type connector, so as you pull it in this way, it'll come out from there. Then your I'm not sure what this one's going to go to, probably your horn. So your horn connector will go into the one there on the steering wheel. So remove the airbag, take that out, make sure when you disconnect this part right here that you have this undone, which this little tab right here in the middle, I used a pick to go underneath because even pressing down on it, it didn't want to come out. typical German engineering. So I use a pick to go in from behind it and pull it out that way. But make sure your airbag doesn't drop or anything of that nature. When you store it facing up. If the airbag was to deploy, airbag part come this way instead of launching the whole thing up into the stratosphere, especially on the car. All kind of damage. You don't want to do that. Outside too, you don't want to do it outside. So airbag out of the way, steering wheel right here. You're gonna have your 12mm triple square right there in the middle. Now these things do not have lineup pins, so I put a scribe right here in the middle that will also line up with the indentation you got right here. So right below that little mark, I put a scribe mark right there, so I know the splines will line right back up, going back into place. Once that 12mm is out, steering wheel just pulls right off. There's nothing, no puller or nothing needed to take that off. For the clock spring part, you're gonna have one, two, three, 4, 5 little tabs that you'll have to finagle to take off. Once you disconnect them up here, they're just little clips that hold the clock spring itself into place. So the ones I had broke off, which of course it's old plastic, doesn't matter because the new one has new tabs to lock itself into place. So you just lift up here, so like this one right here, it's still intact. You lift up that right there, just kind of walk it around, pulling on it, holding it at the same time as you use your other hand to release the tab, and then it'll come out this way. For the connector we have right here, can't really see that purple pin back there, or the type connector. It's going to be the same that's on the back of your airbag. It's going to be a pull, and then the connector will come loose. That's the type of locking tab that is. I've already pulled my lock pin for this. If you have a used one, you might have a problem of it rotating at some point in time. Someone could have easily done something stupid. New ones have these little red tabs on here that lock it from moving more than a couple degrees in either direction. So as this once you get the new one, it goes clip clip. Where'd that old one go? There it is. This one is just gonna be pushed into place. This one right here, same thing, is just pushed into place. This is the only one that's going to have a connector that you have to disconnect, but it'll just slide right on and go like that. As for the locking item, once you have it in place and it's clipped all 5 locations, pull this little tab up, it'll snap off, piece of it will stay in there, and this little piece will come off. And then go same thing for the reassembly. Just make sure you line up your scribed mark with the mark that's on the center of the steering wheel, put it back into place, attach everything up, get everything all nice and tight, and then do your airbag. Once that is done, you will need to relearn this clock spring. So you will need a scanner that can get into it, because it'll have to learn the rotation, the stop ends for each side in order to get it recalibrated. So if you don't have a scanner to do that, find someone that does, or invest some money to get one. There's a bunch of bi-directional scanners on Amazon for average Joe people, anywhere between $150 to $600 or $700, depending upon all the goodies that you want to have with it. But you will need that scanner to recalibrate a lot of stuff on Audis, but this in particular. So other than that, that's about it. So we're going back together right now. Just make sure that you don't damage any of the pins. This doesn't get out of alignment before you put everything back on. And that should be it. Any questions or comments, let me know.